Chow did not name a starting quarterback until August last year. Now you name Max Wittek the starting quarterback in June. How nice is it for you, your offense, your coaching staff to just have that settlement?
Well, I think it's big because, you know, there's an old adage that if you have two quarterbacks, you probably don't have a quarterback. And Max stepped up and had a good spring and deserves a shot. He's been through a lot, and you know, the players overwhelmingly voted him a captain. And it speaks a lot about him, and we were happy to have that happen.
How well does he fit into the type of system Don Bailey likes to run?
Well, he's more of a pocket quarterback, and Don does a lot of things like that. You know, there's some things that'll carry over that he fits, and Don will tailor a lot of things that we do to fit his skills. I think that's what a coach is supposed to do. And Don's doing a good job with that.
Norm, you have such a wonderful reputation for developing quarterbacks, and close to home for Max would be Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart. When you first got a hold of him, what specific sort of things did you work on to help him improve his game?
Well, he reminds me a lot of Carson. They have tremendous physical skills. Both very accurate, both have great anticipation. I wish I could say I made him into a quarterback, but he was already one when we got him. I think he needs to continue to work on his footwork, which is very important, staying alive in the pocket. But his anticipation with the ball and his understanding of the defense is really, really where it needs to be. I mean, he's a proud young man that wants to get to the next level. He's a gym rat. He's always in studying tape, so all that's very positive.
Also brought in a new coordinator on the defensive side. What do you think Tom Mason will be able to do with the personnel you have this year?
Well, I think he fits perfectly. We're awfully glad to have Tom. It just worked out that we could get a guy of his caliber. His wife grew up in Hawaii. I didn't know that at the time. You know, I've always felt like the style of ball that he plays causes offenses problems. You know, I think I know a little bit on offense that what causes a team problems, and he does that. He's a very aggressive coach, and he'll make the calls. We're awfully excited with Tom Mason.
Give me one player on each side of the ball, perhaps not anybody on anyone's radar yet, but should be as the season gets on.
Well, we have Bonnie on offense. We have a young man by the name of Dylan Colley that played at BYU as a freshman, went on a Mormon church mission and called us and wanted to come over. His sister lives over there. He's a receiver. He's mature. He's 21, 20 years old. He's only going to be a redshirt freshman. I think on offense, hopefully we can keep him healthy. He's not a very big guy. Defensively, you maybe have not heard much about a young guy that we recruited locally. Kennedy Tuli Masiali is his name. He's played well. He was a very heavily recruited young guy out of high school, and I think is finally at a point in his career where he has to make his mark. And if you can pronounce his last name, you can talk about it.
I may need some time to work on that. 3-game improvement last year over 2013. What's this year's team capable of?
Well, you know, I've always contended that to be successful, you have to stay healthy. And number 2, you have to have good senior leadership. And I think we have the senior leadership in place. We have good leaders. Now, if we can stay healthy, who knows? I mean, we understand the toughness of the schedule, but we're excited about it. Our players are excited about it. We'll just see how it all unfolds.
Hawaii's Norm Chow, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.